This conference will now be recorded.
Morning we are discussing about abstract keyword, right? So what is abstract keyword, team? What is abstract keyword?
It is a special
Abstract.
keyword. It is a special keyword applied for methods.
Okay.
We should not maintain any method body for that abstract classes. Abstract keyword.
Very good. Okay. So abstract is a special keyword in Java. We can apply for a method, right? So if you apply abstract keyword for a method, you should not maintain method body. Obviously, the program will throw you error. You should not maintain method body. Please remove method body. It is saying suggesting that, boss, can you please remove this method body? Otherwise, you cannot maintain abstract keyword for your method. So if your class having at least one method with abstract keyword, obviously your class must be an abstract class. Remember, see, whenever your class having at least one, anyway, you can maintain n number of abstract methods. You can maintain n number of abstract methods in a class. But if your class having at least one abstract method, then automatically your class should be a abstract class. Otherwise, it will throw error. Right? For abstract classes, can we create an object? Can we create an object for abstract class? No, right? We cannot create an object for abstract class because we cannot instantiate the memory for abstract classes inside JVM. Right? Why? There is no implementation in that methods. See, anyway, you can maintain in your abstract class, you can maintain whether the implemented methods or unimplemented method. Implemented method nothing but method with method body. That is we are calling as implemented method. Let's say this is my one of the method, public void method name mer tc test case 1 parenthesis. This is method body. Anyway, I can maintain a method with body in abstract class, and even I can maintain a abstract method. So whenever my class having abstract methods, then class should be automatically abstract class. Otherwise, program will throw you an error. Right? See, observe team. Now it is saying that, boss, can you make your class as an abstract class? Right? Abstract. Now my class is abstract class. Whenever my class is abstract class, you cannot create object for abstract class. Right? And we'll use what is the use of the methods without a body. We'll see how to implement methods without a body and what is the use of that methods without logic. Anyway, we are not able to write logic, right? Then what is the use? We'll discuss. Right? And then interfaces, right? So interface is nothing but a abstract class. It is same like a abstract class. Then what is the difference? We'll discuss in detail in real time. We'll discuss interface is as of now just like a abstract class. Can we create object for interface? No, right? Anyway, we cannot create object for classes, abstract classes and interfaces. And how to create an interface? Just go to your project, go to your package, right? And right click. So how you are creating a class, just like that, you can create an interface. Let me create an interface. My interface name is interface test. Okay, so this is my package. So public, earlier if it is a class, it will be like a class, CLASS. Now it is a interface, right? Interface name. Now observe, so morning we are discussing something, right? So whenever, see, observe, whenever my class, see, whenever I am taking a method with method body, so inside a class, see, observe, if I am taking method body, what it is saying? Observe, remove method body. As of now, I don't have any abstract keyword, but anyway, in interface, program is not allowing to give a method body. Why? Remember, inside an interface, if you give a method body, it will throw an error, and automatically it will consider the abstract method. Whether you mention the abstract keyword or not, program will automatically consider this method is a abstract method. So hidden, there is a keyword like this, and there is no difference between fourth line method and fifth line method. A program, it's considered automatically it is a abstract method, whether you mention abstract keyword or not mention the abstract keyword, and program automatically consider abstract method. And even you can maintain a variables inside an interface. Int a equals 100. How we are maintain variables inside a class? Like that, we can maintain variables inside an interface, right? See here, and this is automatically, and program will consider as public static final. We'll discuss in what is the final. So as of now, we know, right, what is a public? Public is a keyword from Java. Public in the sense we can access anywhere in the project. Static is a keyword. So what is the static team? When we are using static, what is the use of static? Static keyword we can apply for methods and we can apply for variables. So if my method is static, if my variable is static, can I access with class name? Can I access with class name? I can access, right? Let me change this into class. Now let me take main method. See, I'm taking one of the class, dummy class. This is the interface test. See here, inside my interface I have taken a variable called a. So I'm trying to access here my variable a. See here, inside my variable main method, I'm trying to print the value of a value. A value, how I'm printing is because program here, if you mention a variable inside an interface, so automatically it is considering as public and static, right? If it is static, can I access with class name? I can access with class name, right? How? Interface name dot variable a. Why I'm getting error here? So to store into one more variable here, you can access in result like this. Now here you can print this value, concatenate, give this value. Now run as Java application. Clear, team? So the key points you have to remember here is, so here if you mention a method inside an interface and it is acts as abstract method. What is abstract method, team? Method without body, right? Method without body or without implementation. That is we are calling as abstract method. Method with abstract keyword, right? And one more thing, if you mention a variable inside an interface, acts as public static final. So we already know it, right? If it is static, we can access with class name. If it is a class, we can access with class name. If it is an interface, we can access with interface name. How to access with interface name? Interface name dot variable name, because it is acting like a public static final. Public static final. This is an important thing. Public static final in variable. So because it is a static, I can able to access with either it may, if it is a variable present in class. If it is a static, we can access with class name reference. Yes or no? If it is present in interface, we can access with interface reference or interface name. So why I'm able to access with interface name? Because whenever I mention a variable inside an interface that is acting as a public static final, it hiddenly it will be like this. Public static final int a equal to 100. Hidden like this, it will be like this. And your method is like this. If you mention or not mention the keyword, always abstract like this. Observe, there is no any change. If I remove this abstract keyword, method is act as a abstract method. If I remove this one, this is also acting like public static final variable. These are the basics, team. So try to follow, and these are the things we are going to use in real time to our project by the implementation of a framework. Any doubts, ma'am? Hope you're clear, right? Please let me know if you have any doubts. Otherwise, I'll proceed. Clear. Thank you. Thank you. Then, see, I'll give you a best example to understand implementation of interface, and so what is the actual use of interface, right? See here. See, let's consider I'm going to implement a code for MS Office. Let's consider I'm having the class called Excel, PowerPoint, Word. This is Excel. This is Word. This is PowerPoint. Right? See here, if I want to write a function, to create a new file in Excel, so let me create a method called public void new file, or else new Excel, like this. Let's consider this is a class. Right? Again, if I want to take main, this is new word. My method name is new word, and again like this, this is new pp. Right? See here, I have three classes. My first class name is Excel, my second class name is Word, and my third class name is PowerPoint. So in three classes, each classes I am having a methods called public void new Excel, public void new Word, public void new PowerPoint. What is the use of these three methods? It will create a new file. Yes or no? New which file? Excel file. Right? Here it will create which file? it will create new Word file. Here it will create new PowerPoint file.
PowerPoint.
Right? See here, understand the logic here. The implementation may be different. So I'm trying to create in Excel class, I'm trying to create new Excel file. In Word class, I'm trying to create new Word file. In PowerPoint class, I'm trying to create new PowerPoint file. So as an end user, if the nomenclature is like this, create new Excel, create new PowerPoint, create new Word, this may be some difficult. So to avoid that one, I can maintain like this. To avoid that one, so by the time of implementation, any project will start with an interface. What is this? This is an interface. People will take like this interface. My interface name is MS Office. In MS Office, I would like to create a method called public void new. This is a method. So in interface, can I maintain method body? Can I maintain method body in interface? No, right?
No.
I'm not able to create method body for a method which is present in interface. Now, see here, from this my interface, I can make relation between the classes. If my interface having the relationship like this, observing, if my interface having relationship like this, I can implement this method, which is a public void new method here. Automatically, I can implement this method like this, public void new, and here I am going to write the logic for what. Here I am going to write logic of this is the logic of create new Excel file. And here same, I'm going to write a method public void new method. Here the logic is creates new Word file. Here I'm going to write same method here, public void new, and this time creates new PowerPoint file. Here what I'm achieving here, instead of maintaining different methods, I am trying to maintain a common name which is applicable for each classes. Here now my method name are only new, here also new, in Excel, in Word also new, in PowerPoint also new. Here I am trying to avoiding naming convention. Here I am trying to make only single name with a different implementation. Right? See here. Here the method name same, public void new. See here, I am trying to maintain a common name so that I can avoid the confusion here. So observe team, same I am trying to make example, same example. Let me create here, let me create a class or a package test. See here, first of all, in any industry, program and code, they're starting from the interface. First they will take interface. Now observe, I am taking MS Office. This is my interface. See here, in MS Office, let me take a method public void new, or let me take new file. We should not take new, right? See, this is my method. Can I maintain method body here? No, I should not maintain method body, because if you not mention or mention here, there will be a keyword called abstract. Abstract methods, we cannot have the implementation. Now observe it. Now here, let me take a class called public class. My class name is word class. Now here I can make relationship between my interface and class. How we are make relationship between two classes, team? We have made a relationship between two classes.
Extends key extends.
Exactly.
Inheritance.
Exactly. There is a concept called inheritance. So we can make relationship between the two classes by using a special keyword called extends. Now here, if you want to maintain a relation between interface and class, here you have to use a special keyword called implements. Now this time you have to make relationship. This is also inheritance, team. Just like how we have made a relation between two classes, we can maintain a relation between class and interface. Now observe, team. Now whenever my class is implementing one interface, it is giving me error. So observe the error. What it is saying? Boss, there is an unimplemented method in interface. Just give an implementation for that method. So what is the use of this implements the class? My class role is here is I want to give the implementation, and I have to give the implementation for the methods which are unimplemented in interface. So my main intention of this class is I have to give the implementation of this method here. That's why I am implementing this interface. Now observe, team, move cursor here, add unimplemented method. Now observe, the method will come with method body. Nothing that here I am overriding. What is overriding, team? Method with same signature in two relationship classes earlier. Now this is also overriding. Nothing but there is no implementation there. Anyway, I have implementation in between two classes. I'm talking about if there are two classes, if you are not satisfied with the parent class implementation, then override in child class. Now here, anyway, in interface, my method does not have the implementation. Here I am going to write the implementation. Let's say now this will creates new which file? Word file. Clear, team? And program will throw you error, and you should give the implementation for the method which are presenting in interface. Now like this, let me take one more class. My class name here now is Excel. Say my Excel implement interface called MS Office. Now whenever my class implements interface, now it is throwing error, add unimplemented methods. Now again I'm clicking add unimplemented methods. Now I got a new file method. Now this time I have to give the implementation, and I have to give the code of what? This code will create, now this will create new Excel file. See, observe, my method name is common. Now are you able to getting what is the use of interface? My intention is I want to maintain a common name with different implementation, with different logic. Here if I execute this method, what this method will give? This method will create new word file. Yes or no? Forget about the logic. Let's consider if I execute this method, same method, new file. If I execute this method, it will create new word file. Now if I execute the new file method in Excel class, it will execute and it will create new Excel file. Clear, team? Whenever if you want to maintain a unique method names, if you want to maintain unique method names in different classes, if you want to give the different implementation, just go for an interface and take few methods and give the implementation in different classes in different ways. Here in my Word class and my Excel class, method name is common. Yes or no? What is my method name? New file. To avoid confusion, I am taking a new file, but implementation logic is different. Yes or no? Implementation logic is different. As an end user, I don't want the implementation. If I execute new file, if I click on a new file, it has to create, whether it may be a Word file, it has to create new Word file. Whether it may be Excel file, it has to create new Excel file. Like this, you can take one more class. Next class, what is my class here? You can take class, my class name now is PowerPoint PP, and same relationship by using implements. So implements MS Office interface, sorry, MS Office interface. Now again it is throwing error saying that add an implemented method. Now it will give you a body, method body inside your class. Waiting. This is method, class ended. This is my class, method, method, class. Something wrong. Interface, class. This is a class, method. It has to like this. Okay, 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 team. See, again, my PowerPoint class coming with method body. So just now, just now I given a method body. If your class not having any method, program will throw you error. What it is saying that add an implemented method. If I click add an implemented method, then my method will come with method body. So this method coming from where? This method coming from MS Office interface. In MS Office interface, we have a method. We have a method which is unimplemented method. So I want to implement, I want to give the implementation of this method with a different implementation in different classes. So in Word class, I have given to create Word file. It will create new Word file. In Excel file, it will create new Excel file. In PowerPoint, it will create new PowerPoint. Clear, team? Now you got an idea on the keyword of implements. Clear, team? Still, please let me know if you have any doubts.
అంటే ఇక్కడ కోడ్ ఏమి ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయట్లేదు, జస్ట్ ఒక ఇంటర్ఫేస్ క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి అంతేనా అండి?
No, ma'am. No. I'm creating. I'm implementing the code here. See, the system.out.println is nothing but it's a code. For understanding purpose, I'm giving system.out.println.
Okay.
See, in any real time, any project start with an interface. Why they are starting with interface? See here. So I want to maintain different classes with different logics. See, anyway, my method name is common, right? So what is my method name? New file. If I execute this method in which class? Word class, it will create new Word file. Consider this is a exact code to create new Word file. If I execute this one, it will execute and create new Word file. If it will execute. If I execute new file in which class? Excel class, it will create new Excel file. If I execute new file of PowerPoint class, it will create new PowerPoint. So what is my intention here? My intention is I want to maintain the same method name in different classes.
Okay.
See here what it is changing here? In Word to Excel, Excel to Word, my method name is not changing. I am maintaining same method name, but the logic is changing. Internal logic is changing.
Okay.
Here the word is different. Here the Excel file is different. Here the PowerPoint file is different.
Mhm.
As an end user, suppose
Okay.
let's consider, madam. So suppose if you go for a bank, there will be option like create account. Suppose you go for a HDFC bank, there will be option of create account. If you're, let's consider you're operating a computer. If you open a HDFC bank account, bank site, there will be option of create account. What you may think? So if I click this one, it will create HDFC account. So if you go for a SBI or other bank, there also common name, right? Create account.
Yes. Hmm.
But if you click on create account in HDFC site, it will create HDFC account. If you click on SBI site, create account, it will create SBI account. Yes or no?
Yes.
As
Yes.
a end user, as a user, you no need of logic, internal logic. For
Mhm.
end user easy accessing, people are going to maintain unique names.
Okay.
Forget about the internal logic. As an end user, I don't want internal logic. I don't want, and I don't know the code also. If I say I don't know the, if I see the code, even I don't know the code, I don't want interest to see the code. Just I want to use the site. That's it. As an end user,
Okay.
so to avoid confusion, people are maintaining unique names. That's
Okay.
why any project starts with an interface. Even our Selenium also starting with one interface.
Hmm.
And it is having a few interfaces, few classes, and our Selenium is starting one interface. That interface is we are calling as WebDriver. And
Okay.
Selenium, now the current version, people are saying Selenium WebDriver, and our Selenium starts with a one interface called WebDriver, and the software itself we are calling as Selenium WebDriver. That is the importance we are giving for a interface in Selenium. Clear, team?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that is the keyword of implements. That is the use of interface. And remember, the concept is very, very important. And this is the driving force for our WebDriver. This is the entire logic involved in Selenium. I have simplified as much as possible. So only consider, see, I want to maintain unique names with different implementation. As I said, this override is optional, right? Keyword, let me remove this one. There is no difference if you maintain or non-maintain. Nothing but we are overriding. What we are overriding? The method of new file in MS Office interface. We are overriding in different classes. What this is type of inheritance? What type of inheritance this is? Can anyone?
Hi.
If anyone say, I'll give a gift.
Overriding.
Hierarchical.
Ala.
Inheritance type.
Hierarchy.
Hierarchical.
Very good. See, nothing but here the hierarchy relationship, one parent class, forget about that, maybe a class or interface, one parent class, different child classes. There we are used a keyword called extends. Now we are using a keyword called implements. Clear? Clear, team?
Clear. అండి.
So that is the actual use of interface. The software program itself starting with an interface, and people will take a few methods, and that methods are going to, who is the responsible for implementing these methods? Child classes. Child classes are, see, these classes we are calling as child classes or implementation classes, because we are giving the implementation for unimplemented methods. Implementation classes are responsible to implement unimplemented methods of interfaces. So what we are giving implementation here? So what are the methods present in interface? For that methods, we are giving the implementation. Like this, you can maintain any number of unimplemented methods inside an interface, right? So like this, you can maintain. Now this is save file. Observe team. So whenever I'm having the new method in my interface, obviously 3 classes showing error. Observe team. My 3 classes getting error. Word class, Excel class, PowerPoint class. Anyway, if you maintain a keyword or not maintain and program it automatically considering as this is an abstract method, there is no implementation. Now go to the classes, getting error, add unimplemented methods. Now if I click add unimplemented method, then again my save method will come with method body. And go for Excel class, add unimplemented method. Now this time save file. Go for PP class, add unimplemented method. Clear? Now this time, if I execute the save method, what will give you team? What will happen? Now it will save which one? Save of Word file. If I execute this save method from Excel class, it will save of new Excel file. If I execute the save method from which class? PowerPoint, it will save of PowerPoint. Clear? Now let me create a class called test class. My class name is test or else interface test demo. Let me take main method from here itself. Click on main, finish. Now observe team, observe. So if I want to execute this method, how to execute? Now I want to execute a new file method of Word. How to execute? I want to execute new file method. How to execute? How to execute team? Anyone?
Class name.
Exactly. See here, go there. So what is my class here? Word. I want to execute new file. Go for another class. Just here, create object for that class. Right? How to create? Object name, class name, object name, or else you can create like this: small word equals to new keyword, class name, parenthesis. Now object got created for my word class. Now object dot, see here, where is that new file? New file. Observe team, let me execute. Observe the output. Creates new file. If you want to save it, dot save it. Observe the output. Save file. Like this, you can create PP also, PowerPoint equals to new PP, P dot, same here, same methods, right? So that's why we have created, see here, new file from PowerPoint, new save file from PowerPoint. Clear? Let me execute. PowerPoint also got executed. Like this, what is the class? Remain class? Excel, right? Excel E equals to new Excel E dot new file, E dot save file. Clear? This is how we can execute the implementation classes methods. And mostly remember here, earlier we have created how many ways for a class object? We have created with class name, object name is equal to new class name. This is we are saying as self class reference, right? Self class reference or self class object. I can say self class reference. Now here I can take my parent class also. If it is a if there is a parent class for this child class, I can create my child class object. I can create my child class object with parent class reference. Right now, even I can create this child class object. I can create this child class object with parent interface. Now this time you can take MS Office. Let me change my MS Word. Always execution depends on where? Always execution depends upon your runtime object. I'm creating for object for which one? MS Office or Word?
For Word.
Exactly,
MS
Word,
Office.
right? Are we creating object for MS Office? Just before I told you, right? So interfaces, we cannot create object for interfaces.
Okay.
Okay, but with interface reference we can create. With interface reference we can create object for implementation classes. Clear, team? And blindly remember, abstract classes for interfaces, we cannot create an object, right? And we can create object for a classes. If you are saying new, blindly remember, whatever the class right side itself, we are creating object for that class. Here the left side, it may be a self class reference or parent class reference or parent interface reference. We can create object with three references. One is self class, if it is having parent class, or we can take it as parent class, or we can take it as parent interface. This is a parent interface. MS Office is interface, right? See, this is an interface, right? MS Office interface, and Word is a child class of MS Office implementing MS Office interface. These are all child classes, right? We can create object for each and every class by using self class reference or parent interface reference. Getting what I'm saying? Here the key points you have to remember: the blindly for object for abstract classes and interface we cannot create object. We can create object one and only one thing is class. For class only you can create object. By using what? There is a special keyword in Java, that is new. For new keyword, by using new keyword, we can create object for a class. Either it may be a self class reference like this, word is equal to new word, or it may be a parent class reference. If it is having parent class, we can create object by using parent class, or we can create object for a class by using parent interface reference. Here, am I creating object for MS Office? I am creating object for what? I'm creating object for what, team?
For Word we are creating.
For Word class only we are creating object. Remember blindly, first thing we can create object for only class. Here what is the class? My Word. Here, what is an interface? MS Office. I am creating object for word class by using parent interface reference. Here, even I can call these these two methods, this new file method, save method with MS Office. MS Word, right? This is one MS Word. This one MS Word dot new file, right? And same again, MS dot save file. Here, observe team, if I move cursor here, observe here, see here, interface, creating object, my object is MS Word. See here, observe here. Now I'm calling now new file and save method from which one? With parent interface reference. Now observe, if I move cursor here, what it is showing? Executing from where? Executing from where?
From interface MS Office it is showing.
Exactly, it is showing that it may execute from MS Office new file. Observe team, if I execute this one, let me comment out remaining things. If I execute this one, what is the output? See, observe, if you want to check this method, just click on this method by pressing Control. Now it will navigate to this method. Now I'm clicking Control click. Now observe, see here, it is going to where? It is going to interface, right? Now observe, if I execute, what the output I am getting? What may be the output? Run as Java application.
Creates new word file.
See, anyway, it is showing the method new file, right? So if you go for this method, am I having here implementation? Am I having any system.out.println? No, right? Why I'm getting error here? Why I'm getting this one here? Output. If I execute this one, I am getting the output this one. Why I'm getting? Anyone? Already we covered this topic, team. This is nothing but method overriding, runtime polymorphism. Always method execution is depend upon runtime object, not on your reference. See, not on your reference. Always method execution depends upon your runtime object. Here, so my reference anyway, it is having with interface. This method is navigating to interface method, but the implementation where I am giving here, the implementation present in word class with same name. My overloaded method, if I execute this one, it will execute from where? This class, because my object is word class. Inside word class, now it will go like this. If I call this method, first it will go into the interface and it will check whether this new file or save file method presenting in the interface. Now if it is present, and it will check for the runtime class object. And what is the runtime class here? Runtime object here. Here the runtime object is word. Now it is going to the word class. Inside my word class, there is implementation of new file method and save file method. It will execute this new file method and save file method. Always remember, team, and the execution is depends upon your runtime object. Anyway, compile time it will show you from interface or parent class, but if you execute this program, always the execution happens from runtime object or implementation class object, implementation class methods. Clear?
Just practice, team, you will get to know, and execute with self class reference or parent class reference and parent interface reference. And please let me know if you have any doubts, and go through this video once again, and you will definitely get this one. Clear, team?